Hey there, book dragons, welcome back to my channel. It is time for my January wrap up and also my February TBR. Let's go. Oh boy, was January a busy month. And I'm surprised I got as much read as I did, but I'm going to tell you all about it. Despite it being crazy, I got a decent amount of reading done. What made it crazy, you might ask? Well, just a few things. My son turned 18, so we had all the birthday festivities, and yes, I am that old. I have an 18-year-old son. And among other things, we had a lot of other stuff going on. My car kicked the bucket, so I had to start shopping for a new car, all that fun stuff. So even February has started off a little bit late in the game. We'll talk about that. But I hope you have fun with this, and let's get to it. The first book I'm going to talk about is Gardens of the Moon, the first book in the Malazan Book of the Fallen series by Steven Erikson. This is a fantastic book, guys. I was so amazed by how much I loved the book. This was the second go-round for me on this book. The first time I liked it okay, but I was kind of confused and scatterbrained with it. But this time I kept pace with it just like that, and it was so much fun. So highly recommend this series to you guys, and I do have a review for Gardens of the Moon up on the channel already, so I'll leave a link in the cards at the end and in the description below so you can check that video out and see what you think. Alright, as always, no spoilers. I go into a lot of detail about the characters because, I'm a character guy, but yeah, no spoilers. No major spoilers anyway. So let's see, I'm going to put on my spectacles and see what else I read. Let's see. Oh, yes. So let's talk about this one, Cloud Atlas. This was a buddy read with Baron over at Your Brain on Books. And it's by David Mitchell. There's a movie made after it as well, starring Tom Hanks. Cloud Atlas is a fantastic movie if you don't mind sitting for 3 hours. So I saw that the movie was made from a book, so I'm like, well, I gotta read the book, right? And no, guys, I DNF'd that book so fast. Like, after the first couple of chapters, it's broken up into like 6 different sections following a different time period with similar characters. So it's kind of like broken up into short stories, if you will. And man, after the first couple, I'm like, I am completely lost. I have no idea what's going on here. I can't make sense of any of this. So I just DNF'd it. It wasn't for me. I've learned over time to not have a problem with DNFing a book. So I will just have to be a fan of the movie and let it be at that. Okay? So Cloud Atlas. Yes, I DNF'd that one. Serpent Mage by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. This is the 4th book in the Death Gate cycle. I'm just having a blast with this series, guys. I am so just wrapped up in the characters and the overall story and the history and mythos between the patrons and the Sartans. I'm eating this up, guys. It's a fantastic series. Is it the absolute best stellar fantasy series you've ever read? No, probably not. But man, is it good. So I'm loving it. I will have a video review up on the channel coming up pretty soon for Serpent Mage. Again, no spoilers, but I want to let you know my thoughts on where I am with the series. So, yeah. Reincarnation Blues. Now, this is a book that I just finished on Wednesday. I didn't finish it in January like I'd hoped to. I know, yeah, again, January was a crazy month, but I did finish it, and it was good. I will put together a book review for the book so that you can see a little more deeper into my thoughts about it. It's not a great book. It's just good, just average. I had a good time reading it. Some parts of it were better than others, but it was a fun read. I did a buddy read on this one with Allie over at Allie Risdell. That is her channel. So if you have not checked her out, you need to. Link in the description below, as always. And it's been a lot of fun chatting with her about the book, talking about our thoughts. And I don't know if we're going to do a live discussion about it or not, but we may, so stay tuned. You never know. That might happen. And just going back a couple of minutes here, Gardens of the Moon was also a buddy read with Baron from Your Brain on Books. It's part of a read-along that he's doing on his channel, so I'm so hyped about that. But anyway, yes. Back to Reincarnation Blues. It follows a character named Milo who has lived 9,995 lives, and he's on his last 5 lives trying to achieve perfection and also to get the girl of his dreams. So, pretty good book. Yeah. Fire and Blood. This is, of course, the prequel to Game of Thrones. Takes place in the history of Westeros following the crusade of Aegon the Conqueror to unite the 7 kingdoms under his rule. I'm not finished with it yet. I am taking my time with it. I was hoping to finish it by February. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but I'm going slow in it. So we'll see how it goes, how long it takes me to finish it. But I've got plenty of time. House of the Dragon does not come out until, I think, April, if I'm not mistaken. So I've got some time to read the book before the new show comes out on HBO. So, yeah, we shall see about that. And then the last book that I read in January, which I am actually still reading, is Wolves of the Kala by Stephen King. It is book 5 in the Dark Tower series. It is a fantastic book. I've just had so many things going on that I didn't quite finish it in January. So I am going to finish it in February. I'll look forward to continuing on in the series eventually. And I've only got 2 books left after this. So the Dark Tower series is just phenomenal. It is such a weird and strange and absolutely fun ride. So yeah, Wolves of the Kala is just a blast. And I've said that Wizard and Glass is my favorite Dark Tower book. I don't know, guys. Wolves of the Kala is shaping up to kick it out of that place. So we shall see. Since I talked about Wolves of the Kala being continued into February, let's take a look at my February TBR. And as you know, when I talk about TBRs, it's not set in stone because I am a mood reader. Anything can change. But here are my goals for what I want to read in February. Dead House Gates. This is book 2 in the Malazan Book of the Fallen. You heard me right, guys. I am keeping right on with it. Finished Gardens of the Moon. Now I'm on to Dead House Gates. And I can't wait to get back into the world of Malazan. I do know it is a completely new cast of characters, things like that. But I'm not going to let that get to me. I want to read it, and I want to keep up with this series. So I'm reading Dead House Gates. That's going to be my big chunker for February. I'm trying to not put too much on my plate for February, partly because it's a shorter month, but also, there's a lot going on. Beginning of the year just seems to be hitting us hard. So that is going to be my chunker for February. I am also reading Men at Arms. That is the second book in the City Watch sub-series of Discworld. And I absolutely love Guards. Such a hilarious pocket of Discworld that I just knew I had to continue reading the series. And so I will be continuing with Men-at-Arms, crossing my fingers anyway, in February. I'm going to be reading the second book in the Winter Night trilogy by Katherine Arden. This is A Girl in the Tower. The first book was The Bear and the Nightingale. And one thing that's cool about February is I am participating in a special segment on BookTube for the month of February called February She Wrote. And Katherine Arden is, of course, one of the authors that I'm going to be reading for February She Wrote. Benjamin, and I can't think of, Literature and Lo-Fi. That is his channel name. It was right on the tip of my tongue, and I thought I was going to forget it, but I didn't. Yay! Benjamin over at Literature and Lo-Fi is running this special program on his channel for the month of February, where you read books from authors that use she, her pronouns. So I'm really excited to be participating in this. You need to go check out his channel. I will leave a link in the description below. And Katherine Arden's book, The Girl in the Tower, is going to count toward that. I am reading that with the same group of ladies that I did a buddy read for Bear and the Nightingale on, but we've added one extra person to our little collective. Her name is Kim, and for the life of me, I did forget her channel name, but I'm going to put it right here on the screen, and I am going to put it in the description below, as always. So make sure to check out her channel. Ashley from Read Now, Sleep Later is going to be joining us. Danielle from Bookara is going to be joining us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to read the second book in this series. The first one was just phenomenal. And I did do a review for that. Just, you can find it in the backlog of my videos here on the channel. My recent backlog. You won't have to look very far, but it's there. And if I can, I'll link it in the description below as well. So I am also reading The Hand of Chaos, which is book 5 in the Deathgate cycle. Yes, I am continuing with the Deathgate cycle in February. That is my goal anyway, and of course Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman are the authors, and Margaret Weiss, at least in my personal opinion, will count toward the February She Wrote. She just happens to be partnering up with Tracy Hickman for this, and they are a phenomenal team. Just loving these books. I will be continuing to read Fire and Blood. Don't know if I'll finish it, as I mentioned, but I am going to be continuing it, and it may stretch into March or even April at this point. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. But as far as I've gotten so far, I'm loving it, guys. It is just fantastic. And the final book, and this one is a definite maybe. I am really hoping to get to Gurzel. The author is I Anonymous. You'll see a picture here on the screen. And it is a self-published debut. With a dragon named Gurzel, and it is an Arthurian retelling. Takes place in the world of King Arthur, and so it's got dragons, and it's got warfare, and it's got all this stuff. And I understand it's more of a historical fiction, but with heavier fantasy elements than most historical fiction has. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And it releases in March. I don't remember the exact date, but I'll put a link to it down below so you'll know to put it on your radar. And I'm not going to release a review for it until after the book comes out in March. But I will be reading it in February. I'm hoping. I'm really planning to get to it. If not, I'll put it into March, but hoping to get to it in February. So, woo! That is a lot of books. And I would love to know your thoughts on it. What are you reading in the month of February? Let me know in the comments below, and comment on my TBR. Comment on my stuff that I read in January. Chastise me for not completing my goals in January if you so desire. And I am looking forward to talking with you guys again in the very near future. Remember, I post videos every Tuesday and Friday. You can find them here on my channel. Make sure you are reading more books. I'll talk to you soon.